So this is my schoolroom. Next year I plan on making some changes in this room. I'd like to make built-in bookshelves along both of those sides. Get a large whiteboard for here. I think I'd leave my desk where it is and the kids' table and probably their computers in the same spot. But just to declutter, I find there's like a lot of clutter in the schoolroom. So I wanted to give you a little tour on some of the books that we have. Now, I don't have the biggest collection of books, but I have some ones that I really enjoy. So I thought I would show you some of the books I have. So this is on my top shelf. I have this large book here that is the Children's Atlas of God's World. I have some books here about Canada. This is the Big Book of Canada. We really like this one. I have Wow Canada and The Story of Canada. This one here is nice. It's written like a storybook. I have this book on astronomy. Oh, that one there's. This one here I just wouldn't recommend. I actually got my money back for this one, but they told me I didn't have to return it. It's don't be fooled into buying this one. It's empty. I'll just show you what it looks like. I wasn't really a fan of this one. So I was going to return it back to Amazon, but they said, you know what, just keep it. We'll give you your money back. So they said they got a lot of returns on this one. Anyhow, it just doesn't have a lot of meat. It's just a lot of like, you'd have to have a book on top of this one, and this one would just be a supplement of some sort. I'll stick that one back in. This is the astronomy book that goes with the one I just showed you. So luckily I had a friend that had sold me teaching textbooks. I have the CD-ROM and the book, which was not written in, which is awesome. So we're going to be using that next year. Encyclopedia of Science. Okay, this is the book that goes along with the atlas that I had just shown you, as well as this Passport of the World book. So we bought a few of these Math Smart books. I don't even think we wrote in this one. It's empty. Didn't really get a chance to go through them. These are some French curriculum books that we have. More French curriculum books. I think these were just from Dollar Store. They're just like, I'm done my work, now what do? You have to wait 5 minutes to go work in that book. There's another book here. This is the Story of the World. This here we didn't end up using. We did read the book and we did use the large workbook that goes with this, but I think this one here is just like tests and answer keys. We didn't use that. I have the Encyclopedia of the Universe. And then I start getting into some science books over here. Oh, okay, so this is also math. This one here is from Lessons for a Living Education. Okay, so here we have, these are all the God's Design books. This one here is the Planet Earth Teacher Supplement. This is the World of Animals. The Property of Matter. The Human Body. This is another copy of the Human Body. I think this is just a newer edition. And the reason why I like these books is because every book has sort of different levels. So let's say you were teaching kids at different levels. You would be able to, go so far with a younger child and continue going. So here would say like taking it further. So you can take it a bit further. There's questions on what you've learned. Here there's I think every single one there's like a little hands-on sort of either experiment or something that you do. Here it says cut out and assemble Sandy's skeleton. So I'm assuming somewhere in here there's a skeleton that goes with that. So here, this is just label the bones. So then you can also take it further as well. joints. So this one here is on the human body. So yeah, so that's that one. This one here is the Animal Kingdom, God's Wonderful Works, Heat and Energy, Our Planet, Our Father's World, Our Universe, and Our Water and Weather. So that's our top shelf. It's sort of our taller books here. We also have some of the Boxcar Children books. I think I only bought a dozen of them. And we have a few other like just fun readers for the kids. There's Junior Monster Scouts and Stink books, Geronimo Stilton. We have these books here by Julia Rothman. I really like these books. There's actually a woman that had created a PDF that goes along with these books that you can purchase to print. So you could do this as a part, like a curriculum, if you wanted to go through the whole thing. But I just love how simple it is, yet the kids love opening up these books and just like looking at all the pictures. It's like a quick read, but also lots of really good information in here as well. This is I have the Ocean and Nature. I believe they also have Farm, and there's another one. So these are Abeka readers. I have a couple of those. The Family Story Bible. Got some easy experiments. These are a series of French Bible stories. All right, next row down. I think now we're getting a little bit more into the readers. These are all Abeka readers here. Some of them are pretty old. Some more novels. Yeah, these are all just novels. This is a really good book. I absolutely love this book. So I can like take this and make a lesson out of it. So I open up this book and it's all about devotionals to God, but also science. So like this one, for instance, this will talk about the human eye. So it talks about like the science behind the eye, but then it also like talks about how, you know, God created all things, and it just kind of brings it back to a Christian point of view, just to show how Christianity and science are not so opposing. And then it'll talk about like an animal or something. Like here it's talking about chameleons. I'm probably not explaining this that well, but anyhow, there's always like a little be amazed about whatever you're reading. So we can take this and like, so taste and see, and at the end they'll talk about a giraffe's tongue. And then we can go on like YouTube or something and watch a video on a giraffe. And it kind of just ties it into like a little mini lesson if you wanted to talk about something in particular. And I think there's actually a second one like this that came out not long ago. So I didn't pick up the second one yet, but I plan on getting that one. So these are a lot of readers here. We have this whole series that I found secondhand. It's all these Bible stories in sort of a individual story form. So we have those. This is the Story of the World. So this is the one that we're going to be doing next year. This is volume 2. So this is such an engaging book. Like I can't get over how it's about history, but my kids are sitting on the edge of their seat listening to these stories. They're really, really interesting. And then they come with these gigantic, I don't know how many pages are in here. There must be like 400 pages. It's a very thick book. And inside here is activities that you would do to go along with the story. So you'd read the story, and then there's craft projects, you know, questions that they can answer. And you can take this like further, and there's also like other literature you can read that goes along with the lesson. Yeah, and then towards the end of the book, there's all kinds of like maps and cutouts and all kinds of things that they can do, little activities. These are a little bit more on the craft side of activities, so yeah, but there's lots of them. There's all kinds. I'm just flipping through, like skipping 10 pages at a time just to give you an idea of sort of what's in the back of this book. But this is one of our favorites. We just did the first book for this year and we really liked it. So again, I also purchased the test and answer key. I think I might try to be more committed to this next year, but we didn't get through the test and answer key this year. I think that our English program just was so taxing on us that we just didn't get a chance to do the tests and the extra work. So on top of that, I have, okay, so these are some books that a friend gave me. They're algebra books. My kids are not, they're not here yet. So those are just books that we can do in the future. I also have, okay, this is the answer key for the Christian Light books that we did. This is social studies, grade 3, but I found that this was quite advanced for grade 3. I think that, like, you could easily do this with a 4th and 5th grader, and the 5th grader would just do like a little additional work on top of this, because I found this was, like, there was enough work that was involved in this. So, all right, so I have this family math book. There's some more readers here. Everything you need to know about math homework. The Illustrated Children's Bible. You Can Change the World. And Inside Your Body. So, stories like, you know, Tom Sawyer, The Jungle Book. Just some really good ones. Oliver Twist. There's some good titles there. So these are the readers that we're going to be doing. Obviously not all of them, but we're going to be doing some of these books next year. This is The Story of the World, Ancient Times, which is the one we're working on this year. And this is the workbook that goes along with it. This big one. I had purchased 2 of them, one for each child, but yeah, my oldest is not really a creative child so much, so my youngest does the activities and my oldest just does some additional reading. These are the cursive handwriting. What do they call it? Handwriting without tears, they call it. And our English curriculum included handwriting, so we didn't actually work in these books too much, but I think they're really, really nice. If your child is struggling with handwriting, I think that it's great the way it's designed. They teach you, like, not only how to handwrite, but how to sit, how to hold your pencil, how to angle your hand. So, and then of course, like, the direction. But yeah, so this one's really nice. I got the kids each one of these. And even though we don't use it often, it's something that we can just pick up here and there. And okay, also this year we worked on these reader worksheets, these readers from Christian Light. I'm going to show you the grade 3 level reader. So his book this year was called Door to Discovery. So, and the cat knocked it over. Go on. Let me just pick that up there. Just a second. All right, so this cat. All right, so the child would read a story. This is the table of contents. The child would read a story. So, you know, let's say this one here, Too Honest. And then they would have a worksheet. So we go to Too Honest. This would be the worksheet that they would have. So it's just like a reading comprehension. It would be 2 pages. Oh, seriously? What is it? Okay. Little nut. And then this is the teacher's guide. So this would have all your answers and some additional information here. So yeah, that was the reader that we did. I found that it got a little bit hard in the grade 5 because the one story that you read, you did 2 days of reading comprehension on both. And like I was saying, because our language arts was so taxing for my oldest, he really struggled with doing more English on top of what he was already doing. So that was kind of challenging for him. All right, so on top of that, we got a few of these Canadian curriculum books. Meh. I mean, they're okay. I mean, I definitely would not use this book as the only curriculum I'd be doing with my kid. They're okay as a, like a filler. You know, you finish something early one day and you can, you know, it's the same thing with these science books. I think we got these at Staples. So, same thing with these. They're good as like a little filler. We got another one, the Canadian Math. These are all books from Staples here. And science again. So this is the social studies book that we've been working on this year, Living Together on God's Earth. This is also from Christian Light. Really, really enjoyed this book a lot. This book I found was just really interesting. And what I found really fun about it is that they were smaller lessons. So let's say you would read this. I read this out loud to my kids. Oops, sorry. So you read this page and this page, and then there would just be some questions here. So you could just, like, you show your knowledge. You can get the kids to either mark them, write it down, or orally. We did both depending on the day, but I thought this was just a really nice book. Now, Christian Light doesn't typically use a whole lot of color in their books. Their books are not super flashy, but there are still pictures. But yeah, they use very minimal ink colors. So this book I really enjoyed, and it's a hardcover book too. It's just a really nice book. Okay, we also, this is the Canadian Social Studies. It comes with 2 books. This is also from Christian Light. I will pull this out so you can see it. So the Canadian Social Studies, this is just the answer book. So this has all the answers in it here. So again, answer book. And these are the students' workbooks. So we're not quite done these, but these are quite nice. All right, on top of that, we have these Life Lessons for a Living Education. These are our books from this year. We did not do much besides our teaching textbooks. We did most of our math online this year, just to make it easier, and it was so much easier. But sometimes they do work in these if they are finished early. We also love our Mad Libs. We do a lot of Mad Libs. These are just a few of the craft supplies that I have. So we have different, got some letters in here. These are really fun if anybody does these with their kids, these brain quests, they're really fun. Lots of glue, pencil crayons. I think those are, yeah, we have some modeling clay, some letters, some paint, whatnot. Yeah, and then these are some of the books that we're working on right now. This is our science book right now that we're working on. This is my son's math for teaching textbooks. Got this book on New Brunswick, which I am so glad I have. The history and its people. We are just loving this and devouring it. I think it's so nice. I don't even know if they sell this online anymore, but what a great book. This is a fantastic book. And then this is the Christian Light English that we are doing. This is, I mean, in my opinion, I think that this is quite a heavy English class, like curriculum. It's full. Like it takes my kids like anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour to complete properly. There's things that we can cut out, but yeah, every day has sentence diagramming, and so it doesn't look long. A lesson might be 1, 2, 3. See here, we skipped diagramming. It was just too much. 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 pages of work. So, you know, that's big. And then on top of this, if you're adding, you know, a reading curriculum, and you're adding, so it, you know, and then you have your reader on top of this. Next year for my youngest, we are doing The Good and the Beautiful, which I made another review on another video. And for my oldest, we are doing Essentials in Writing, which I will make a little review once that comes in the mail. So yeah, I think that's it. On top of that, we have just some art books that we work in, some Bible study books. These are all my Bible study books. And we're also working on some elements right now. And these are some more Bible study books. So long video, but I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for taking a tour of my schoolroom with me. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if there's anything that you wanted to see more close up, let me know and I will show you.